Hello friends, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Align Plans. How are you? In today's video, we're going to be setting up my A5 planner for the month of July. So we will set up not only my monthly view, but we will also set up the first week of July. So that sounds good. Let's just dive right in. This video, I'm telling you this ahead of time. As you can hear, I still have lost most of my voice, so I'm going to do my best. As you can tell, I have my little tea here. We will basically put on some music so you can enjoy. I will show you guys in close-up all of the things that I'm actually using. So I have my little stencil. I'm going to see if I can use that. I also have some matchstick flags, a couple of dot stickers. I'm going to see if I can use these decorative pieces from cloth and paper. If they make sense, I will add them to the spread, but we will kind of we'll take a look and see how it goes. So without further ado, let's get started. Let's finally get started. So first we're going to be looking at the monthly layout. And as you can tell, I added a couple of extras into my little setup, mainly because kolourcafe's beautiful little summer box have finally arrived. So we're going to be incorporating that in today's spread. You're also seeing me take out the first week of July. So we're going to get to that in just a moment. So the first thing that I wanted to kind of do is just create a couple of different categories on the sidebar. I have a feeling I will be regretting that later, but that's okay. For now, we're just going to work with that. I also really love using these little stencils this is one of the stencils that you can get at the Hobonichi website. I'm sure that JetPens has it as well. I believe that this is a traditional, either a Hobonichi stencil or it's a Midori one. Either way, one of my favorites, and I absolutely love it. Now, I should mention at the time of this recording, because as of right now, you're going to be seeing this mid-July. At the time of this recording, I not only don't have much of a voice, but I was actually thinking that I would be traveling, as in flying out of the country. If you know where I'm from, you know that I live in Canada, and traveling in Canada in the month of July is quite obnoxious. So clearly that's not going to happen. But what will happen is actually the traveling part. So that will absolutely take. Once again, it's just highlighting that sometimes you make the plans, you have the intention, and that's pretty much all you need, because then afterwards you're going to be creating some space so that it can unfold the way that it absolutely needs to, which is actually kind of funny because I thought that I would not fly in the month of July, and sure enough, we're not going to be flying. Anyway, I digress. Moving on. I'm using the little green dots. So here's what we're doing. On the sidebar, I'm adding in color-coded categories. So as you can tell, green is for family, and I'm basically using that to highlight any family events or family-related anything. And then everything else, under important and under business, all of the areas that I really wanted to pay attention to, again, I'm just kind of color-coding. I don't tend to write too many things into my planner. I tend to use my actual icons when it comes to that. But it's interesting what happens when you write it down on that sidebar, because it ends up kind of coming to fruition. So you've been warned, kids. You've been warned. If you have children, you would know that having a summer schedule is absolutely essential, because otherwise you're going to be losing your mind around week 2 in July. Most parents can absolutely relate to that. And so I ended up basically signing them up for both tennis lessons and for swimming lessons. And honestly, at this point, it's a godsend. Now, instead of adding in those clear dot stickers to the sidebar, I'm actually just simply using my dot markers. And oh boy, is it ever so much easier. So here you go. Here is the finished look. Not much really going on. It's just kind of marking things down. But I really like the little finished look that we have going on here. Okay, let's get started with the weekly layout here. Okay, so when it comes to the weekly layout here, you're going to see some abnormal colors, and that's okay. We're going to get accustomed to that. You're looking at the very exclusive box that came from kolourcafe. This is her summer seasonal box. So she releases these boxes about 4 times a year.
This summer box theme was all about sunflowers. So like the color scheme that we have going on here is like this darker green, this mustard yellow, brown, and like this neutral beige color. You'll see what I mean in a moment. So right now we're just in the middle of kind of decorating the first couple of pages here for the Monday, the Tuesday, the Wednesday. And yes, I realize the irony how it's not the 4th or the 5th or the 6th, but I still hope that you guys will enjoy the actual decoration part, because that's always the fun part. Now, here's where an epic mistake is coming up right around now. So these are the basic shapes that kind of came with the kit. And I thought, how great would it be if I went in with the Tombow pen to just kind of accent everything else. And as you can tell, obviously I chose the wrong green. So don't make that mistake if you have it. Now, as far as the basic shapes, I kind of wanted to just lay them out anywhere. And I mean, I should have stopped before I even started highlighting, but that's okay. That's kind of, it's part of the deal. When you when you set up your layouts and then you overload it, then it looks really busy. And like now looking back in retrospect, it's way too colorful. That would not be something that I would normally do, but here I was just having way too much fun with this layout. Now, as far as colored dots are concerned, this is also from kolourcafe. This was her urban, I can't even remember what it's called. It's like the urban living theme that had like this really nice, beautiful muted colors. So here I decided not to really add any icons. I just kind of went with just the basic colored dots, both the green and the yellow. As you can tell, some of them made so much sense, some of them really didn't. Moving along with the basic shapes, for some reason I was like determined to just use almost everything in that kit on these 2 pages. I do have to say that I really like just the basic shapes, how we can kind of layer them on top of each other. Obviously we overloaded this spread with so much decor and icons that it's like bursting. But that's okay. Sometimes you need to have those spreads so that when you look back, you're like, oof, what was I thinking? But no regrets. I definitely like the kit. I think that it looks beautiful. Would I add this many decorations on a weekly spread? No, I really wouldn't. It's not needed. Here's a little bit of a close-up, and I think that overall we're doing okay. Now we're getting ready to basically just, that's pretty much all I really use the sidebar for. I could potentially try to have some other uses for it, but really I generally just like to highlight my work schedule. And I kind of try to make this look almost like it's a sticker. Some of them work better than others, but that's okay. I think that you do need to make those mistakes sometimes, especially when you look back, then you're not just cringing, but then you actually learn from those mistakes. Although I do think that this looks actually nice. Here's the finished look. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. And thanks so much for watching, you guys. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you have not yet already, and I cannot wait to see you in my next video. Bye!